Welcome, beautiful people. I'm your host, Lenny Harold, and you are now listening to Cosmic Radio. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Cosmic Radio. Thank you so much for joining me. You know how we do. Let's jump right into it. So this episode, we're going to be talking about preparing for the new year. Preparing for the new year, baby. Preparing for the new year. I wanted to, I wanted to share some things that I do, the way I prepare, some things I do with friends and family, and all kinds of different things, to set the tone for your new year. Because we all look at the new year as a restart, to fix things that we may not have done for the previous year. So the first thing we need to do with preparing for the new year is evaluate the year that we're currently in. So right now, that is what I'm currently doing, evaluating. Well, I've been kind of doing that all year per the podcast. I know y'all are like, this is what we have been doing for a minute. But yes, just evaluating where I am, the things that weren't met, celebrating my wins, and even celebrating my failures, because at the end of the day, those failures are going to transform themselves into wins. But with those failures, you have an opportunity um, to get yourself straight, to see what lesson there was in that failure, and how you can grow and how you can build your character and how you can decide what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So that's what you want to do first. You want to just evaluate the previous year or the current year that you are in, whenever you're watching this. And you want to make a list of the things that you didn't have the opportunity to achieve, and then the things that you want to achieve. And make sure that the list of things that you want to achieve are your main goals. Your main goals. And they should be like, 3 to 4 goals, nothing too extreme, because you don't want to give yourself too much of a list, because with too much of a list, it just becomes way too overwhelming. And then there's too many other branches to help get you to those big wins. And you don't want to overexert yourself. You just don't. And then after a while, that's what causes you to fall off of those goals that you're trying to achieve. So 3 to 4, really 3, but 4 if you feeling, froggy and you want to jump a little bit, you want to take a little extra risk. I feel you. I am making out my list of 3 things that I really, really want to achieve. And then I start branching out. What are the things that I need to do in order to get to that big win? So now I'm just branching those things and giving those things subcategories. So this way I can figure out how to map myself and how to navigate the new year, and stay on task, because at the end of the day, we feel great when we have accomplished something. With those 4 goals, create a contract to yourself. Write up this contract, sign it, date it, frame it, and hang it up in wherever your creative space is. If your creative space is in the kitchen, make sure that it is viewable. If you have a home office or a den or something like that, wherever you are frequently creative, post that contract there. This is also another reminder that you are obligated and you are holding yourself accountable to make sure that you achieve this. This is there's something about paperwork that will always make a person kind of second think about how they want to go forward, in the things that they desire. You know what I mean? Like, contracts are something that it's the way our society is built and we're kind of programmed. So use that programming to your benefit by saying, okay, yes, I am signing this contract to myself and I'm holding myself to this. And again, like I said, post it. Once it's posted, another constant reminder. The next thing that you want to do is, once you map out all of those things, let's get into vision board territory, baby. let's get into vision board territory, because vision boards are something that always remind you to stay on task. Even if you're in those low moments where you're not as motivated that one day or even that one week, you have that picture to remind you, you know what? I got to get up and I got to turn this around as soon as possible, because there's some things I want to accomplish for this year. So, so yes, create your vision board. You can do the old fashioned way, getting a nice poster board from wherever your art stores are, or Walmart or Target. Getting a really big poster board, get your markers, plan out what those goals are, what you want to see for yourself. And a lot of times it's a combination when doing vision boards. You want to do like your goals, of course, and then how you want to transform self, and then what you want to focus on, and then you want to also add an intention. Add an intention for the year, because once you add an intention for the year, that becomes your mission statement, and it allows you to have the fuel to keep pumping towards your goal. Or should I say driving towards your goal? I was thinking pumping gas. So I'm changing. So yeah, so you want to have those little categories. There's a bunch of different ways to do your vision board. You do not have to, there are no laws. If you want to do your vision board digitally, Canva is one of those places where it's really, really, really cool to do that. So, and then you can just print it out, frame it, put it up, it's there. Another thing to do for the new year is set some affirmations. Let's self develop ourselves. Let's grow and let's evolve. And they should just be 3 to 4 statements too, as well. And put those affirmations on your mirror in your bathroom. So when you're getting up in the morning and you're brushing your teeth, boom, you are seeing those affirmations right there in center, and you are able to affirm to yourself that day. And then also post them on the back of your door. So once you leave, you're saying them one more time. And then if you want to, you can even figure out something really, really cute to put into your car, just to affirm. And then another good thing to do is have a screensaver with those affirmations. Design a screensaver really quickly. So this way you're always reminded of what those things are, and you're constantly telling yourself these things. And then before you know it, a month or two into affirming these things to yourself, you can change those affirmations because you're feeling good and you're feeling confident, or you can add to those confirmations. You can add to those affirmations. So that's also a benefit of doing that. But as the more that you have those reminders, the more that you're able to set into habit. You're able to transform your mind in a way to view yourself differently. And once you view yourself differently, you can decide how you want to attack the world and who you want to be in the world. Another thing that my friends and I do, that was brought on by my dear friend, my bestie Toy. She does this thing called a success jar. Like they name these things differently, however way. Like if you're whatever. Okay, so yeah. So a success jar is you have a jar, of course. You can go to your dollar store, your local dollar store, get any type of jar. You can either get post-it notes or index cards, or however way you want to do it. And every time you have a small win, medium-sized win, a big win, any type of win, or any type of revelation, you know what I mean? Or epiphany, you write out those things and you throw them into the jar. And by the end of the year, you can recap your year and see all of the things that you have accomplished. And it is so rewarding to see that. I have one. If you're on YouTube, I did this for a project where I was showing an example of how to do it. Hold on. It's a little janky, but this is one. Yep. This is one. If you're listening to this as the podcast, sorry. You can't see it, but head over to YouTube. You'll be able to see it. If you're listening to it on Spotify, you'll be able to see it. But yeah, this is a success jar. You can throw whatever you want. I will say that I was not as diligent Oop, a piece just fell off. I was not as diligent with writing down everything, but am throwing it into my success jar. But what I will say is that I've been journaling a lot more for the year of 2022. So it's now become habit for me. So I just have to kind of compartmentalize. Okay, when I do have a small win, throw them in there. But my journal is full of all my wins. And I plan on reading that on New Year's Eve, just taking the day to really just sit down and recap my year and see my headspace and see how I've grown. And I also do this thing called The Daily Laws by Robert Greene. This was also brought to my attention by my friend Toy and her fiance, Irvin. Robert Greene, The Daily Laws. This is 366 meditations on power, seduction, mastery, strategy, and human nature. This has been really, really kind of beneficial to me. I've been starting my day. For the most part, I did fall off a little bit, but that's okay because I'm showing myself kindness regardless. I'm not going to be hard on myself about, because things happen. But anyway, that has been beneficial because I wake up every morning for the most part and I journal. I read my daily law, read the meditation or the focus point of the day, and I write my response to that and how I feel about it and how I want to take on the day with one of those values in my mind. So that's really, really good. So yeah, but anyway, back to the success jar, and that's what it is. It can be a box, it can be whatever you want to be. It could be a little chest, it can be a keepsake box, it can be whatever you want it to be. As long as you throw those wins in there. Okay. And even those lessons, if there was a failure that you had that seemed to be super beneficial to you, because it developed your character, that's a win, baby. Throw that in that jar, throw that in that box. Okay. So when you at the end of the year, you can open that baby up and see how you have grown. And then last but not least, to prepare yourself for the new year, you want to be able to again show yourself kindness. This is really important because things are going to go right and things are going to go left. It's life, baby. That's just what it is. So at the end of the day, you want to show yourself kindness. You don't want to be so hard on yourself because all of those things just lead to depression and they lead to anxiety. But if something didn't, the outcome of something that you wanted to see happen didn't happen the way that you wanted to, at least you started that, or at least you began the process, or at least you tried and you gave it your all. And if you didn't give it your all, you know, now you can evaluate that and see where the lack was. So this way, when you do it again, you're now more confident. You're now more structured. You now have more knowledge in that thing. Failures are good, and embrace them as something that is necessary in order to evolve your character, to grow you as a human being. We should always be changing and evolving. If we're not, then we are dead. We are dead, baby. If it's not growing, it is dead. Okay. So we want to be growing. We want to be evolving. We want to be blossoming. That's what it is. And sometimes, we might overwater ourselves, but that's okay. We see that leaf got a little yellow. We got to hold back on some of that water. You know what I mean? So embrace all of those things and show yourself kindness this year. Like, don't be so hard on yourself and don't take yourself too serious. Have fun while you're accomplishing your goals and navigating and flying through the year. Allow yourself to enjoy every moment. Allow yourself to be happy. Allow yourself to be content. Allow yourself to find the joys. Allow yourself to celebrate you. You know, put yourself on a pedestal and say, yes, I am this and I am that. And don't be afraid to affirm those things within yourself and to confirm those things within yourself. These are the things that help us evolve. And that type of energy starts to sprinkle to others, and it shows them how to hold themselves and hold themselves high. It's so funny because today I got my hair cut and I'm going because I have an event this evening. But um, I'm walking from the barbershop because the barbershop is like 3 blocks up the street from me. And I'm walking from the barbershop, and I have the tendency to always lower my head when I walk, most of the time because I'm in thought, but most of the time it's also a confidence thing. Like, I just keep to myself. I don't want it to, if I see somebody, then I'll speak, of course, but for the most part, I walk with my head down. And then today I was like, no, 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 no. Raise that chin up. Observe the day. Take in the blue of the sky. See the clouds. See the colors that are around you. Absorb these things. And if it's not as bright and colorful, absorb that too as well. Be joyous. Be content in this moment. And I walked and I lifted my head up and I just felt, and it's so funny because the body goes into muscle memory and it starts to just kind of pull yourself right back into what it knows. And I had to keep pulling myself back up. And I was like, wow, I've noticed that that's not good. I don't want to be in that type of muscle memory where my body just automatically shrinks. I want to expand myself. I want to throw my shoulders back and I want to be able to take on life proud with my chest out and head up, you know? And so it was something that was a really beautiful moment while I was walking home. And and it showed me something about myself. And so it was like, you know what? Yeah. Yeah, let's be content. Let's be content, baby. Let's enjoy this thing called life. Um because we don't know how long it's going to last. This particular life, we don't know how long it's going to last. So live every day like it's your last. Enjoy, work towards your goals, celebrate your wins, love on people, give love. You know what I mean? Like, be an example and continue to be a light. So I hope this was inspiring and I hope this was encouraging, to kind of motivate you into this new year. And like I said, be kind to yourself. Don't take yourself too seriously. Don't give yourself a whole bunch of resolutions, because resolutions, let's write out some goals, baby, and let's structure out um ways of getting to our goals, because resolutions are cool, they're cute, it's cliche, but no, let's organize ourselves to where we can achieve the things that we want. And let's do things to hold ourselves accountable. Let's evolve our character. Let's learn more. Let's study more. Let's listen more. So yeah, I love you guys. Thank you again for tuning in. Um, this has been an accomplishment for myself. I have been very steadfast on this. I didn't know exactly where I was going with this. Again, I had a major push by a friend of mine to push myself to do this, and I'm happy that soon it's going to be 10 episodes. Technically 20 because of my Monday motivations, but for these Thursday episodes, it's 10 episodes. And I've been diligent and I have been consistent with this, regardless of the listens, regardless of the plays. At the end of the day, the accomplishment is that I set out to do something and I'm continuing to do it. And I am accomplishing that goal, wherever this leads. So again, I thank you for listening. I thank you for watching. Share it with a friend, share it with a cousin, share it with your gossip auntie, share it with your crazy uncle. If you feel like it is going to be edifying or encouraging or inspiring to someone, share it out. I would really, truly appreciate that. We have to build this environment, this community, this ecosystem in a special way. And all I want to do is give love. All I want to give is love and support. And I want to help my fellow humans just grow and know their value and know their worth and know the power that they have within themselves. So as I grow, you grow. And as you grow, I grow. We are all connected. So I love you. Again, thank you for tuning in. Make sure to move in love, share your light, and be on purpose, and hug somebody.